Welcome to another video. Today's topic is the quadratic formula. So what is the quadratic formula? The quadratic formula is this big red box. Okay, this is the formula. So if you have a quadratic equation with the form ax squared plus bx plus c, you use the a value, the b value and the c value, and you'd use the formula to calculate the x values. Okay, so for example, let's say we had x squared plus 2x minus 16. A would be 1, b would be 2, and c would be negative 16. And then you would replace each values using with the formula. So x equals minus 2 plus 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 16 over 2 times 1. And then you do the same thing but for a negative value, because with this formula there's a positive and negative, so you have to do both positive and negative. Minus 4 times 1 times minus 16. All this over 2 times 1. So this is what you'd write in your calculator. So you do the positive first, or you could do the negative if you want. So you type in minus 2 plus square root 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times minus 16. I suggest you put the brackets, okay, just so you can see which values are what. Okay, you can see what the 4ac is. Okay, I suggest you put the brackets around the 4ac. And sometimes you might have negative numbers, so it might confuse you. So putting the brackets will just make it easier for you, basically. So you do one for the positive and you do one for the negative. Okay, and in this equation you get two answers. So x equals 3.123 and x equals minus 5.123. Solve the following equations using the formula. So pause the video and try to do this on your own using this formula. Okay, so for this one, a is 7, b is minus 4, and c is minus 179. Okay, these are your answers. X equals 5.35 and x equals minus 4.78. Your formula should look like this, okay, after you plotted in the results. So positive 4, in this case b is negative, so when you go to the formula, negative times negative is positive, so you put the positive down first. Okay, so positive 4 plus or minus, you write down the formula again on the calculator for both positive and negative. And then b squared is 16, so 16 minus 4 times 7 times minus 179 over 2 times 7. So your formula should look something like this. Now for this one, a is 3, b is 3, and c is minus 7. Okay, the answers are x equals 1.1 and x equals minus 2.1. Your formula should look like this. So 3 positive or negative, square root b squared, which is 9, minus 4 times 3 times negative 7 over 2 times 3. Okay, this is what it should look like on your calculator. Now you might be wondering, why do we get two results? Okay, now this all depends on the x-intercept. There are three kinds of intercepts. So sometimes you might have one, sometimes you might have two, or sometimes you might have none. You might have quadratic expressions that give no x results. Okay, like this one, that there are no x-intercepts, so there would be an error on your calculator. Okay, or there would be a symbol of an I on your calculator. Okay, so you wouldn't get you wouldn't get answers for x, basically. So for example, if you go back to this equation, 3x squared plus 3x minus 7, I think that's the right one. Now we got two values for this, okay? We got 1.1 and negative 2.1. Okay, so when you draw the graph for this, there will be two intersections. Okay, it would look like this. X-intercept on the positive side would be 1.1, and x-intercept on the negative side would be minus 2.1. Okay, the negative 7 is the y-intercept. Okay, so this point here would be negative 7. Just understand that the number of x values you get is the number of x-intercept. Pause the video and try to do these questions using the formula. So here are the answers. So for this first one, there were no solutions. Why is that? It's because the graph, the line looks like this. There are no x-intercepts. Okay, there are none. This expression, okay, the line for this expression does not ever cross the x line. Okay, doesn't ever cross the x-axis. Sorry. Now for this one, there are two. Okay, both are positive. So x-intercepts would be on the positive side. 2 and 1/3. Okay, these two spots here. For this one, both x-intercepts are in the negative side. So if you draw the graph, it looks something like this. Minus 1.7 for this one, and minus 0.29. Those would be the two x-intercepts of the graph. And for this one, there's only one x value. So the x-intercept would be like this. It would look like this. Only 1 point, which is at minus 1. And the y-intercept, of course, is the plus 4. So 4. Okay? If I write down the coordinates, it will look like this. So minus 1, 0. And actually, this 4 wouldn't be like that. So it would be like 0 and 4. These would be the coordinates of your graph. Anyways, that's it for this video. The quadratic formula is quite a quick topic. Okay, there's not that much. Just know the quadratic formula, understand the graphs. Okay, I'll be making videos on graphs later on because I just touched it briefly in this video. But just know the graphs, know the formula, and know when to use it. Okay, and yeah. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and see you in the next video.